Dark Fringe Radio.
Coming to you live from the Mistopheles Studios, it's Dark Fringe Radio. Hey guys, Will Martinez here with Dark Fringe Radio. Thanks for coming in and joining us this week, as always. Really appreciate it. Of course, my co-host, as every week, Jay Galosi. What's up, brother? I mean, there he is. How you doing, buddy?
Hi, guys.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Which way do you go?
We're still getting used to the cameras, how this all shit works. Yeah, but it's all good. But thanks, guys, for joining us.
He's pointing that I'm over there, but from my point of view, I'm over here.
I know. That's the fucked up part about it. Wrap that around your head, guys. Right. But thanks for joining us in another episode of Dark Fringe Radio, episode number 89, Jay. We're creeping up on 100.
Shit.
Yeah, I know it's getting close. So tonight we're going to have a really serious topic about dark Disney, and what really prompted this whole discussion of tonight was, I saw a movie called Soul, and I recommended it over to Jay, and Jay, I think, was not in the most sober state of mind because when I recommended it, because wait.
I will
because the next day he's like, "Hey, did you see this movie Soul?" And I was like, yeah, man, we just talked about this.
I will set the scene.
Go ahead.
I will create my pulpit later.
Go ahead.
You're getting the cart before the horse. You're getting the cart. No, we're waiting. You're getting the cart before the horse there, kid. You're just supposed to be teasing. Just teasing.
Gotcha.
Yes.
We'll tease it.
It is in fact true. But there's a great debate that started from that perspective.
Exactly.
And I'm excited. I've been looking forward to this show for weeks.
Weeks,
friends.
And it's really because it's interesting because we grew up watching all these movies, and we saw like a lot of them from like when they really just were very rudimentary, you know, into what they are now. I mean, they're just fucking phenomenal.
We thought they were innocent. I mean, we thought they were innocent. It was. I mean, it's family fun.
Right.
It's family fun, but that's. It's. I mean,
that's what we're going to talk about tonight.
My first date, I took Karen Francis, 6th grade, to go see Aladdin. It was still in the movie theaters. No bullshit. Her and I are friends on
Karen
Facebook.
Francis.
I actually taught her kids gymnastics for a year.
Oh boy, geez, that's hilarious. That's fucking hilarious. But that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. But I just want to remind everybody, Jay, how you can listen to the podcast. It's really simple. Go to darkfringeradio.wordpress.com. Just go ahead and go there. All the links are available for you guys to listen to. We're available on all streaming sites. So, have at it. Make sure you subscribe. Give us a 5-star rating if you could. We really appreciate it. And again, if you want to send any kind of correspondence over to us, you can send it to us at thedarkfringe@gmail.com. Again, that's thedarkfringe@gmail.com. So we're on social media, of course, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, at Dark Fringe Radio. So make sure you go there and like all our stuff and become a subscriber there too as well. Please. So that's it. One thing I wanted to mention, a couple side projects that are coming out. Want to remind everybody about our YouTube. This is something that we've been doing now, Jay, for the last, probably 4 episodes now, Jay, all video as well.
Yeah.
So
we're kicking it up a notch.
Yeah, and it's only going to get better from this point on and out. We're going to start stepping up the production value with what we do here, and so it's going to be really cool. You guys are going to see a different side of Dark Fringe Radio. So, also another thing, a side project that I'm doing, it's called Conjuring Spirits with Will Martinez, and it's a side project that I'm going to be starting next month, Jay. And I talked to you about it. You saw that it's something I posted.
It looks cool.
Yeah. So what I'm going to be doing is the basic principle is I'm going to be mixing drinks, recipes that I want to come up with and stuff like that correlate to like maybe a horror story that I can kind of tell at the same time. So that's the whole premise of the show, and hopefully a lot of people will dig it and check it out. So once we get closer to it, exactly, there you go. So once we get closer to it, I'll give you guys some more details, but you can already start following the show at Conjuring Spirit Show on all the Facebook and Instagram. So it's already set up there. I'm already posting stuff on a daily basis. So check it out. Conjuring Spirit Show on Instagram and Facebook. So that's it. So I just wanted to let everybody know about all that stuff that's going on. Jay, you ready for
Good
As
stuff.
the World Burns?
Oh, his.
Well, Jay, one thing I kind of wanted to bring up tonight, and I think I just wanted to bring up one subject tonight. I think was pretty good for tonight, but
just one,
just one
subject?
because
just one,
well,
just one subject.
The thing is about this one particular thing, Jay. It's pretty significant, and we could probably make a whole episode or a whole podcast about this whole thing. Enough as it is, but I don't know if you know this
what the
or
meaning
not.
of life is? It's one thing.
It's one thing, right? And if you're not first, you're last. But the CIA has basically come out with or disclosed or whatever a whole collection of UFO documents online. You can go on their CIA website, and basically there are thousands and thousands of declassified pages, Jay, of UFO classified files that just came out. So there was a company called the Black Vault, and what they were doing was they were saving all this data since like the 90s. They were saving them like on CD-ROM because that was the kind of shit. That was the high-end technology of the 90s was CD-ROM. So what has happened is that they had to like transfer all this information and transfer from CD-ROM to actually a PDF, like an Adobe format. So it took like forever to do all that and get that online. But yeah, the CIA came up with all these documents, Jay, and we're going to post it on our website. And also we're going to post a link to it on our on the episode here. When you can look at the information on this episode here, you can click the link right directly there and then see all these documents. We're going to go ahead and put that link. So yeah, I encourage everyone. Yeah, I think, Jay, I think we're getting closer and closer to seeing something. Do you think?
Click it. Yeah, at the speed in which information at this point travels, it's beyond the speed of light. I mean, really, it is. It's almost instantaneous with all the social medias that we are on, posting and clicking these links right down there below, guys. Right there. Yeah. Right down there below. Click that one.
Oh, and I'm going to put it down there too. Don't worry. It'll be there.
That's what she said.
Oh, hey.
What's up? All right. Back
to the waitress. Try the veal.
Good night. No, not good night. No, we got more stuff to talk about.
We got a lot of stuff to talk about.
Yeah, you can't keep anything a secret anymore. I mean, just look at the difference in everything. I mean, we know back in the day, Babe Ruth was just gonorrhea riddled and banging everything that could walk and eating his cigars. Nobody talks shit about it.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
If A-Rod doesn't get J-Lo off, we know.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, you're right. The speed of
so of course we're gonna find out more. Oh,
yeah. And it's what? It's great to see that the government's finally making a turn. And probably some of it's
they don't have a choice.
Yeah, well, they kind of do.
They don't have a choice. No, they're fighting it. They're trying to not to. But if they go full on just stupid, if they just go ahead and be like, oh, deny, how did you guys talk about?
Yeah.
What?
I think
what?
Yeah, I think it's so past that, right?
Yeah,
there's been so many. Yeah, there's been so many sightings.
That's my point. They can't fight 100%, but they're trying to mitigate the damage that has been done.
You know what I'm trying to do, Jay? I'm actually trying to get a guest on our show. You ever remember this movie in the early 90s called Fire in the Sky? Of
course.
So you remember it's about a guy who being abducted by aliens, and it's based on a true story. That guy, Travis Walton, is still alive, and so I'm trying to get him on the show.
No shit.
Yeah, he's still alive, and I want to get him on the show so bad. I mean, I just want to hear his account.
Sure.
Of that story. Bro, if we get that, it'd be awesome. But it's just I want to hear from a first person perspective of how that sounds like. You know what I'm saying? Because
I feel you. Horse's mouth.
Yeah, because like you and me, if somebody's telling you a story, you can kind of tell if somebody's telling you bullshit or not. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
You have a
100%.
bullshit meter, and it will go off if you have any kind of hints about okay, maybe yes or no. So I kind of want to hear it from his mouth, and bro, I would love to talk to that guy. So maybe that's something that'll be coming up here in the future. But yeah, Jay. So CIA
prayers and good vibes, people. Prayers and good vibes.
So CIA declassifying all this information here, Jay. Just a really amazing thing. Oh, yeah. And again, we're going to be posting that link on the website, so make sure you check it out. So that's it for As the World Burns. Jay, that brings us to our next segment, of course, which is What the F Florida Man. And of course, this is a segment that Jay does where he talks about one of the most craziest stories that come out of this great state that we live in here in Florida. So, Jay, please tell us what do you have for us this week for What the F Florida Man?
Well, sir, as to never have a dull moment here in sunny South Florida, our paradise, our little slice of heaven. There's something so South Florida described. Now, friends, this was actually sent to me by Mr. William because my What the Florida Man started off really funny and then got really not funny really, really fast. Yeah. So, here we go. Inebriated man, as all of us are, us two included, arrested aboard stolen, floating, and here's where the style points come into play, tiki bar.
Yes.
A floating tiki bar. Dude stole a tiki bar and floated that bitch out into the water. That's style, man. That is Jimmy Buffett, Parrot Head, Cheeseburger, and Paradise. Margaritaville style theft. I mean, that's fucking unbelievable.
Yeah.
Intoxicated man who apparently stole floating tiki bar was taken in custody Wednesday, as officials said. The U.S. Coast Guard recovered the vessel near Hawks Channel, which I've been to, near Key West. The person aboard showed signs of intoxication. No shit. He's floating on a tiki bar. What else do you do? The only thing that gets...
Tell me, Joe, do you think there was any part of that?
Bar, dude.
Do you think there was any part of that trip where he just got up and started making his own drinks? Please. Yeah?
I don't think... he laid under one of those pickets. Nothing.
No. That's all good.
He laid under one of those spigots and just ran the shit right down his gullet, sir. Yes, of course.
He Homer Simpsons in it?
Yeah. Schwarzenegger in it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, drink me in. Get me.
Yeah. Hey, you know what's so crazy? It's so crazy, Jay, because a lot of people forget like Key West, you know what I mean? There's a lot of shit that happens in Key West. And it's funny when I sent you this thing, I was like, you know what? I would love a fucking floating tiki bar. Wouldn't that be kind of cool?
Dude, that's the dream.
That's awesome. I mean,
that would be fucking awesome.
Tiki bar. I mean, I get why the guy stole it. It'd be fucking cool to have one of those things.
Yeah.
But yeah. Well, anyways, listen, that's a great story, Jay, for What the F Florida Man. Thanks for bringing that to us this week. And that brings us to, of course, our main subject for tonight. We're going to get into here in a second, which is our Dark Disney debate. So make sure you don't go anywhere and stay tuned.
This is Matt Landman, activist, filmmaker, and you're listening to Dark Fringe Radio.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us here at Dark Fringe Radio. And tonight we are going to have us our Dark Disney debate. What brought this on, Jay?
Debate.
Yeah. What happened? Listen, about a week ago or 2 weeks ago? How long ago was it ago?
Well, it started 3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago.
Sorry about 3 weeks ago. I got.
Go ahead, Jay. Let me hear your side of the story.
I get a text from Mr. William here. Says,
"Yeah,
have you seen this movie? I have an idea for an episode.
Yeah,
have you seen this movie, Soul?" And I said, "No, I'm getting ready to go away for vacation. I'll watch it while I'm on vacation because when I'm not on vacation, I work from pretty much the moment my eyes open to pretty much the moment my eyes fall asleep.
Right.
I've got 8 bajillion projects going on. So for me to sit down and watch a movie can be tricky.
Yes.
So I was going away on vacation. I said that would be a perfect time for me to sit and really drink this thing in.
Yep.
So I go on vacation with my girlfriend. We stay at this beautiful hotel, this wonderful resort. We get a suite. In said suite, we have this jacuzzi hot tub.
Beautiful.
In the bathroom.
Yeah.
With the jets and the whole nine, bro. The whole
beautiful
nine.
setup. Beautiful setup.
Lap of luxury. I don't know what I did to deserve it. I'm so happy.
Hey, man.
So
it's all good.
Our first night there, she's really tired. She's going to go to bed. Perfect. What does Jay do? Well, Jay finds himself a little spot. He gets his little smoky. He grabs him a nice cold Bud Light.
There you go.
His favorite spirit to conjure, by the way.
There you go. Oh.
Conjuring spirits. Hey. That's professional shit right there. So, come back to the point. So I have me a cold beer. I have a real nice buzz. I have a nice soft high.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in a hot tub with the jets going. I've got the earbuds in, and I put Soul on. And I sit with my mouth agape for 3/4 of it.
Yeah,
the first 3/4,
yeah.
Because it is not very Disney.
No.
So I'm not saying it's not good. It's a great movie. Hella entertaining. Very deep and insightful. And especially if it hits you at the right point when you're in a hot tub, half in the bag, and mildly high.
Yeah.
You really think about some of those nuances and the ways they're throwing things, and then you think it's from Disney. This company that when I was a kid, they peddled magic as if they were some LSD dealer on the corner in Times Square.
Mm-hmm. Oh, are you talking about Fantasia?
Oh, more than Fantasia. I mean, listen, think about just the magic of Disney, sir. Yeah. I mean, my family would take me to the fucking parks for 2 weeks every summer.
Matter of fact, they took me one time, and I'm still grateful.
They sure did.
They sure did.
William was like my brother from another mother, sir.
And you know what? Seriously. That brought us to our debate, what we're talking about, because Jay's like, hey, it's kind of cool that Disney's starting to kind of get into the paranormal. And I was like, Jay,
they're starting to get a little deep into the dark.
But I was like, Jay, they've been in the dark forever. So he's like, no, this is more recent. So we're going to talk about this. We're going to kind of hash all this out. So you know what, Jay? I'm going to start it off. I'm going to take it back to 1929. Okay. Why am I going to take it back to 1929? Because in 1929, there was a short animation film called The Skeleton Dance, and it was actually made.
Yes, I've seen it.
Everybody's seen it. It's very popular.
I know.
Yeah, but that's the kind of stuff Disney has started off with. Not only that, Jay. There's been so many other films since then that just have exuded paranormal stuff. I mean, we're talking about The Haunted Mansion. There's also one from 1929 called Hell's Bells that they used some of the animation for that in Fantasia. And let me just tell you the synopsis of this short film from 1929. Let me just read it to you, Jay. The demons of hell play music for Satan. Listen to this. This is the description. The demons of hell play music for Satan, who delight turns to wrath when his insubordinate refuses to become food for Cerberus. Wow. Then they actually use scenes from this again, like I said, this animation from the to the movie Fantasia. So Jay, this is deep, man. This goes back from like the 20s, bro. The 20s.
So here's my rebuttal to that.
Okay.
Yes, they started off dark, but back in the 1925 times, back then, death was a much more common thing. It was something people were more comfortable with. They would have dead viewings for weeks on end. We're not talking like your normal There were death parlors. People would actually take photos with their dead relatives before they buried them. They had this whole photography thing. So death was not quite as socially unaccepted then as it is now, or has been in our lifetime. So as you fast forward through those years, Steamboat Willie, yes, there are some racial overtones. It's possible that Walt Disney was anti-Semitic. We're not here to debate that one, my friend. Not debating that. And I'm not saying that there wasn't darkness in Disney. My more overall point has been that they have been a lot more overt with it. It's not so subtle. And that is where Will and I were really kind of getting our debate on, because Will's talking about things like the Peter Pan. He texted me shit about Peter Pan. Wait, what is Peter Pan about?
Yeah, let me tell you about Peter Pan, and I'm going to fuck up everybody's little vision about Peter Pan real quick right now, and I already did it for a lot of people. But, by the way, Peter Pan is an analogy. This kid is going to Never Neverland. He is visiting spirits of dead children. That's what's going on in Peter Pan. That is deep and as dark, as paranormal as you can possibly get. And that was from, what, the 80s? I mean, so it's continued all the way on through.
No, that was from the 60s, sir.
60s, okay, whatever the hell it was.
The original Peter Pan came out in the 60s. See, you also have things like Sleeping Beauty, which are all about vanity. You had in Lion King in the 90s, right? Lion King, it's still one of the biggest things. Their Broadway play is fucking unbelievable. If you ever get a chance, William, please go see it.
I've always wanted to see it. Never had a chance to.
I will regale friends with the story of how I got to see it live. I got to see the Broadway version live. I'll tell you guys about that. Back to the major point. Do you realize in Lion King that Scar ate Mufasa? Yes, there is darkness, but it's subtle.
Right.
Of course, the kids are going off to Neverland. Us adults now knowing that they're dead, or that Mufasa was eaten by Scar, or that the mother in Finding Nemo was completely turned into barracuda shit. How
about Wizard of Oz?
Wizard of Oz. Oh my God, is there all kinds of crazy shit around that stuff?
No? Witches and fucking flying monkeys and bullshit. Like, oh my God.
Did you know that the character of the wizard, Oz, was actually based on President Calvin Coolidge?
No, I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. Didn't know that. Of course, Jay.
Weird, stupid knowledge I have.
Weird, stupid knowledge, of course. Calvin Coolidge. Thanks, Jay, for the Calvin Coolidge fact of the day. Really appreciate that. But
bet you fuckers didn't think you're going to hear about Calvin Coolidge today, and did you?
Not on this episode of Dark Fringe Radio. No, absolutely not. But yeah, listen, I think it's been around, and I think it's been in our face since the beginning of time, man. Since Disney's been putting out movies,
it might have been in your face because you're a smart ass.
Yeah, I guess you're right. See? Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying.
It's all the eye of the beholder, right?
Peter Pan, The Lion King,
Pirates of the Caribbean, there's
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah,
there are so many things. There's so many really heavy shit. They're very paranormally driven, but with Coco,
Aladdin.
Coco is
Coco.
Deep.
Yeah, please. Yeah,
Coco is not only is it deep in the paranormal, it's the Latin. It's of a Latin descent. It's much
about the
more
Day of the Dead,
international.
Of course. Yeah.
It's not so monochromatic. Now, yes, I know they did the Princess and the Frog, and the Princess that was black, and that's fantastic.
Right.
But that was still white people shit.
Right. Yeah.
Coco is not white people shit. Coco is brown people shit.
That's correct. Yeah. No, you're right, and it's. No, and it's kind of like what Soul was before Soul, you know what I mean? Because it really gave you a glimpse into what what a certain type of people may believe in as far as what the afterlife is concerned and what they believe in. And it's just an amazing look into the struggle of this kid, going through the afterlife and coming back and having all these wonderful experiences in between. It's just amazing. And again, it's just Disney nonstop, man. For me, I just, you know what? You're right. Maybe it's just me because I'm a smart ass. I just kind of see this shit. And maybe most don't, but
always have.
You know, it's just for me, like it's always been there. Like even like, okay, the first time I went to Disney, I think I was like maybe 14. My mom took me and my brother. And I remember the Haunted Mansion. I mean, that was like, one of the most premier
The bomb
rides.
diggity.
Yeah, it was like
That was the makeout ride.
yeah. You had a girl with you, right? Exactly.
You go on these field trips and you pick your girl for the field trip, and then you go ride in that. Or if you were at Epcot, you'd ride in the ball, and that was the makeout ride. That was the ride because it got real dark. It was real slow. The People Mover was fun and slow. That was a good cuddle one, but there's not a lot of dark. So you're making out this kind of little PDA. Right. Man. Seriously.
Well, getting back on track to what we were talking about, but yeah, it's just amazing, Jay. I think it's just they've really cornered the market as far as being able to talk about these paranormal things, but putting it into kids' terms. We talk about Aladdin, another one talking about a genie in a lamp, and it's just a different take on looking from a Middle Eastern, perspective on the paranormal. Again, that's Aladdin, right?
Well,
isn't that what that is?
How about the fact that the opening scene is the genie peddling his wares and trying to sell his story by breaking the fourth wall.
Right.
That's the genie. That's why it's Robin Williams' voice. That's why only Robin Williams can be the genie. Will Smith did a decent job, but let's just go ahead and be real.
Nobody can outdo Robin Williams. Right.
You can't outdo that. There are just some people that were just the greatest of all time, and Robin Williams was just the greatest of all time, and his performance as the genie in Aladdin was one of his best.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's the fantasy. It's the magic of it. It's you talk about the diamond in the rough and trying to believe more in yourself. Aladdin's my all-time favorite Disney movie. It's one of my all-time favorite movies. It's in my top 3 because it's such a great story, and it's one of those few ones where Disney doesn't have to kill people to give you that sense of drama, to give you that satisfaction when this person overcomes everything, the social angst, there's so much more to it. That's why it's one of my favorites, but it's not paranormal. It's fantastic. It's magic. I love that movie. Sorry.
It's a great movie. It's a great movie. How about some of the ones that are not so subtle, and maybe that are, and maybe we don't think about it? How about like Monsters Inc.? I mean, that's
Monsters.
Not. Think about it. A monster in your
Inc.
closet, right? Think about it.
The dichotomy of Monsters Inc., the psychology of it, really, when you break it down, it's a deep movie.
It is.
See, this is where I wasn't thinking that goes so paranormal. I mean, we all think about the boogeyman in the closet.
Right.
There is a connection somewhat to the macabre, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't think of Monsters Inc. as overt with dark and scary because, well, yes, you scare the kids and
well, they made them look all cute and fluffy, right?
Nightmares.
Yeah, and then of course you have Billy Crystal as a voice.
At the end of the day, well, I mean,
yeah,
and John Goodman. I mean,
John Goodman, right.
Come on, I mean, seriously. But I didn't see it as being a paranormal movie. I just saw it as being, because they were promoting the laughter and it's all about the giggle shits and. But how about How to Train Your Dragon?
That's another one. That's a good one.
That's a deep movie about self-doubt and being different than your role models and finding your own niche in life and and finding a way to deal with the scary shit and dragons and clans of dragons and dragon hierarchies, for fuck's sake.
Well, how about a more different turn on this one? How about this, Jay? Not so much paranormal, but still like kind of like spooky nonetheless. But Wall-E, that's a dystopian future,
Oh yeah, Wall-E's crazy, man.
That's
Wall-E's
crazy movie, isn't it?
How How about before Wall-E?
Which one?
Still a Disney project, but we're going to go all the way back to the 80s. The
Short Circuit?
Blueprint Short Circuit. Johnny
Oh.
Five is alive.
He's alive. Yeah.
Stephanie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for those who don't know about this movie,
right,
Google it, by the way. It's called Short Circuit.
Short Circuit, one of the all-time best movies. Short Circuit 2, one of the all-time best B-side movies. Not a high budget. It was obviously a cash grab. What was hot for like a half a second.
Right.
It is entertaining in so many stupid ways. Although you lose Gutenberg, and that's a shame. But yeah, Short Circuit, great movie. The robot, basically AI coming to life. That is what that movie is ultimately about: is an AI coming to life and finding itself being an alien on what it thinks is its own planet.
This is the 80s, people. The 80s.
This is the 80s.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
how about
that's
this
a great
one, Jay?
movie.
You ready for this one? And this was also a Disney film.
Hit me.
Ready?
Hit me.
Batteries not
Hit
included.
Me. Oh, I love that one.
Batteries not included. That was also a Disney film.
You cried. Little tear.
When the thing died? Yeah, when he died?
Yeah.
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 It was fucked up, right?
Guy.
Yeah, poor little guy.
Yeah, it's not cool, man.
Not cool.
Pull some bullshit.
Well, that's Disney for you.
No, fuck yeah. I mean,
they Bambied you right there.
But again, they always find a way. They always find a way to damage you. Nemo. I mean, you're talking about someone overcoming fucking amnesia. You're talking about a single father.
You're right.
A single father raising a special needs child that gets lost out in the fucking wilderness. The dad is ill-equipped because you're a tough go-getter guy. He's a fucking clownfish. Right. I mean, there's so much depth to it, but that's what Disney does. They give you these grandiose adventures whilst just they paper cut you emotionally. But they do it a lot. Right? It's like Death by a Thousand Cuts. It's like, shook. And then they just sit there the whole movie and kind of pour that apple juice on it, or the lemon juice on it, and they're like, oh, look, pretty flower. Isn't that little bunny rabbit cute? But oh no, the bunny rabbit's mommy was eaten and turned into bear poop and wiped on bark. I'm like, but the squirrel's drinking Red Bull. Oh, look at that sweet shit. That's what they do.
That's what they do. No, you're right. That they are the masters of that. They are the masters of that. But
they're so subtle. They're so subtle.
Yes.
That's why Soul, like I spent the whole time going.
It's a deep movie, man.
It's crazy deep. I mean, we talk about the great beyond. Nobody, like, what were we before we were something? I mean, you hear the saying old soul, right? Like, I had dinner with my daughter yesterday.
Right.
I had dinner with my daughter, friends, neighbors, Romans. Let me tell you about my 17-year-old daughter. She's 17. Holy shit, William, I have a 17-year-old daughter.
I know.
Hi, the who.
I know.
But this 17-year-old has survived a major surgery on both of her legs. She has started her own business. She's only in 11th grade, already getting multiple college credits. She has a job and perseveres at a pace that would just blind you. Her love of animals, her dogs, her fish, her birds is undeniable. It is a wealth of just affection for these creatures, and she is 4 feet nothing, and she is hard as nails. People, William will tell you, my daughter is not the one to fuck with, and not because I will do anything.
She will.
I don't have to.
No,
she'll do
doesn't.
it.
She'll do it. Yeah.
She's a rough customer, man. But her and I were having dinner the other night, and it's just so special to see them get excited about something, and her and I were talking about that. And you think about old soul, right? You think about the fact that she seems like she's not 17. She seems like she's 30. Like she's like, all right, I've done this before. Let's cut to the chase. I got things to do.
I'm trying to catch up here. Yeah.
Come on.
Let's go. Yeah.
Right. And so you think about, maybe was she one of those new spirits like 22 that had all these great, wonderful people mentor her, but she was just so fucking tough until something found it, whatever it was, whether it be fish or the birds or who knows what her ultimate spark is, but she's a force to be reckoned with. But that blew my mind. The great before. I mean,
Well, that's the whole thing that that makes this movie so great, because it really makes you think, and you talk about that spark, which is one of the main things of the movie, of course. And of course, that's what is believed in the movie, that is what your calling is to be, whether it be music.
Did you?
Yeah, go ahead.
Did you take a personal inventory after watching that movie and think about if you found your spark?
Oh yeah, I think part of that movie makes you do that. I think it makes the viewer do that. It makes you kind of look at yourself in a way, and kind of like
100%.
say, hey, was I the one that went with my spark, or was I the one that just went with whatever?
Have you found your spark, Mr. William?
I have.
Have you found it?
It's this show right here. Doing the show with you. Yeah. Doing the show with you every week or every other week. That's my spark. And I love doing it. And
so do I. I was trying to describe it to somebody just the other day. Somebody was like, "Tell me about this Dark Fringe Radio." I said, "So where do I start?"
Yeah.
You and I have been best friends since fourth grade. The story of how
30
we met
years. 30 years.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. We've been best friends since fourth grade, and
right.
We didn't talk for a few years. We both been through some shit and had some dark times, but one day we reconnected.
It was just like getting back together like it was yesterday.
Like we never missed a beat, and it was right about the time that Conor McGregor was going to fight Floyd Mayweather, and we talked, and it went so good, and here we are 3 years later, and it's I love doing it.
Yeah.
And I was trying to tell the guy, I'm like, but I'm just content. I'm just
no. You're a big part of this show, Jay.
William does people don't let his humility fucking fool you. This is just this man works very hard at the show, and it really is. I can understand how you think, why you say this is your spark. It's a beautiful thing.
Just things like this, the show, and then coming out with the other side projects too. That's my spark. Coming out with new content. I like bringing content to people. Like I like people seeing new shit. You know what I mean? And I like doing that. I like bringing people that. So but that's the big theme about this movie, Jay, is finding your spark and figuring out what it is your spark. And it was a kind of like a interesting part of the movie where the guy, and I don't want to spoil it for you, but he comes to like kind of a crossroads in the movie towards the end.
He does.
And he kind of realizes certain things, and the movie takes a different turn than what you would think, but it's very beautiful in that way. And the sacrifice that people make is amazing. But again, Jay, Disney has been doing this for so long. I mean, and they just really hit it out of the park with this last movie, with Soul. I mean, I think it really profoundly hit a lot of people.
No, it's a great movie. It's a great movie, and it has. I'm not going to spoil it, but I do like the ultimate message at the very, very end. So I definitely suggest it. Watch it. It's a great movie. It's very funny. There's a lot of laughs in it. There's
great music,
great adult humor, great music.
Yeah.
The very opening scene, I was like, what
am I watching here?
There were a couple times where I was a little bit lost.
Right.
I wasn't. I think the first time I watched it, I was too blown away. I had to watch it a second time to appreciate the sounds that were. Yeah, the first time was.
Yeah. No, I get it.
Okay. Lion King story.
Okay, let's hear it.
So, everyone knows that I've been working with kids for a very, very long time.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a period of my life where I owned a gym in Tennessee. I lived in Tennessee for 2 years. It was the longest 2 years of my life. I wish I had never done it. Thank you very much. So, no offense, Tennesseans. Okay. I'm sure you guys are happy there. I just fit in like a square peg.
It wasn't the environment. It was the company.
Just not for me. So, anywho, this gym in Tennessee, and this guy comes in with his kid, and he signs up. And at the time, you would sign up for 10 weeks at a time, and you'd re-enroll every 10 weeks.
Makes sense.
But he said, "I know I'm going to be here for this length of time, but then after that, I'm out. Can you just charge me the one lump sum?" So I said, "Sure." So now I know he's a transient businessman. I'm not really thinking what his business might be. I I don't check people's pockets. I get to know who they are before I necessarily need to know what they do.
Right.
So it was during the winter. It was kind of cold. It gets cold in Tennessee, William. I don't know if you know that.
Yes.
It's one of the big reasons why I left, because you can show people the temperature outside. William, it got
With
down
your
to
hands,
9
right?
degrees
Yeah.
one day.
No.
It got down to 9 degrees. Well,
Yeah.
I can do it because I have all 10 fingers. Not every person in Tennessee can do it. Hey, okay. Hey, sorry, shy Tennesseans. Again, I apologize. Lord Jesus, my bad. So,
Lost in the moonshine accident.
as I was saying,
go ahead.
this guy puts on his jacket, and he's got like this, almost looks like this Letterman's jacket from high school. Remember those, like suede here and
with the
leather
big,
here? I have
there.
one.
Yeah.
And it was black on black on the back. It had the outline, that lion's head outline.
Okay.
And I said, that's a really cool jacket. Where did you get it? He goes, oh, well, it's from the Lion King. I was like, oh, that's cool. Like, did you buy it? And he goes, no, I travel with the Lion King, with the, we put on the show. Like, I'm with the Lion King. And I said, oh, wow, that's awesome that you travel with him. Like, so we're like a light guy, a sound guy. And he goes, I'm Pumbaa.
Oh shit.
Oh,
sorry, I called you the light guy. Wow.
My bad. I didn't mean to call you a key grip.
Yeah, key grip. Yeah, the gaffer.
Yeah. So he's like, do you like plays? And I said, I love them. Actually, I did some theater in school, and I always enjoyed it. I've been big into musicals and plays. I've never hidden it. And so he got me and my now ex-wife, at the time wife, orchestra seating.
Wow.
And backstage passes to go back and see all the productions and
that's fucking
all the
great.
puppets up close.
Wow.
For years, I had the poster with all the signatures of the entire crew. It was pretty cool. Neat experience.
Wow.
But that was how I got to see Lion King live.
Amazing.
An amazing show.
Yeah, no. I've always wanted to see it. I've always heard nothing but good things about it. So one of these days, I'm sure I'll catch it. So hopefully it's still going during that time. But with the pandemic and everything, you never know.
Yeah, COVID might have thrown a little monkey wrench in there, buddy.
Fucking COVID, man. It stops a lot of us from doing for what we want to do. But hey, it is what
buddy,
it is.
Tell me about it.
Yeah.
I have to shoot pool with a motherfucking mask on.
That's ridiculous.
Not after Sunday, I won't.
Not after Sunday, you won't, because he's gonna have his own table. Everybody. Well, listen, Jay. I think
that's how excited I am.
Hey, well, listen, I'd be excited too, but I think that puts a good wrap on that tonight, Jay, for the Dark Disney stuff. So. Yeah, and thanks, Jay, for debating me on that. But again, it's up in the air. I guess it's all the eye of the beholder when it comes to all these movies.
I guess it's point of perspective. I'll concede on that step.
Right.
I believe they were always so subtle about it, but no, I agree. I think we have to come to an impasse on this one.
Yeah. Okay. Well, listen, Jay.
It's up to you guys. You make
you guys decide. Right? How about that? We'll do a. You know what? We'll do a poll. How about that? We could do that. Dude, I have the capability to do it.
You do as many polls as you would like. I don't judge what you do in the privacy of your own home. I love you no matter what.
Hey. Well, that brings us, of course, Jay, to the last part of our podcast here for tonight. But before we say goodbye, we always like to end it with a last segment here with what to watch, Jay. And of course, Jay, that's a segment where you bring us a nice suggestion of something you've seen on either TV or the theaters or whatever they may be. What would you suggest for us this week for what to watch?
So I have two, actually. I have two. One kind of snuck in. One snuck in right at the last second that I feel like needed a push.
Gotcha.
So the first one was the one I was always going to talk about, which is on Netflix. It's called The History of Cursing. Hosted by...
Who's it hosted by?
Nicolas Cage.
Oh, wow. Okay.
First episode, what curse word do you think it is, William?
It's got to be fuck.
Fucking A right. Fucking A right. And it's a great fucking episode. And it opens with like Nicolas Cage just going, fuck!
That's great.
And then he just starts spouting off all these fucking movie lines where the word fuck is used in, like, I'm tired of these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane. Like, he just throws them out there, man. It's fantastic.
That's great.
But then they break down the dichotomy and the syntax of the word fuck. They fuck, shit, bitch. I mean, they really have some interesting stories. And let
me pause you real quick, Jay. So they get into the root of the word, and without telling the viewers and the listeners, do they get to the root of like where it started from, like what country where it started from? They
do. Not only do they get to the root of what country the word started from, but they also go into when it became such a no word to use, when it became taboo, socially unacceptable to say the word shit. Yes, when you were frowned upon for saying fuck or shit, cock, asshole, fuck. I love cursing, people.
Yeah, I drop those every day, bro. Don't worry.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Really
that's
funny,
really
though,
cool.
I work with children, so hopefully nobody sees this.
Yeah.
I don't talk like that when I work with the children, just so you guys know.
Mr. J said fuck today in class.
Professional podcaster.
That's right.
Professional children's instructor.
There you go. So that's awesome.
There's a weird justice. Yeah.
So that's the first one. So what's the second one?
Second one, scooped online. I haven't watched it yet, so keep that in mind. But it's a documentary called "My Teacher, the Octopus."
Oh, I think I heard about this one.
It's about a man, who is depressed. And it's an actual documentary. It's based on a true story about a man who's dealing with depression, goes diving, and ends up bonding with an octopus. And apparently, this is something that happens. People and the octopus can bond because of our intelligence. And the octopus is my favorite animal, period.
Well, it's a fucking alien.
Independently on their own.
It's an alien.
I think that too. I was telling that to a family, actually a mom I was working with today. This is how the topic came up, because she was saying that she watched it because she's a therapist and she actually deals with people dealing with depression. So stuff like this. My Octopus Teacher is what it's called. Excuse me. Not the octopus, my teacher. Octopus Teacher. So, but I said, I'm like, honestly, this is going to sound a little conspiratorial, but if I had to say aliens ever visited this planet, I would say that octopus are aliens. I mean, they're unlike anything. There's nothing like them. Squid are a little bit, kind of, sort of.
A little bit.
But really,
not as
I mean, the fact that they're so smart, they can change their size. They can change their mass.
Yeah.
They can change their color at will. They're better than chameleons.
Right.
Chameleons
they can be in water. They can be outside of water.
They can survive outside of water. They're both completely soft, but their beak is one of the hardest materials on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
If you put them in a jar, they can unscrew it from the inside. All 8 tentacles move completely independently on their own volition. They have they have 2 hearts and 3 brains. And are you fucking kidding me? It's an unbelievable creature. It's not an animal. Absolutely. It's a creature.
It is a creature.
I have gone super deep, passionate on some really weird shit this evening. I apologize.
No. Listen, I'm with you. I totally believe octopuses are fucking aliens. I mean, I've always said that to me because they're so intelligent, just like you said, Jay. They're unlike any other creature in the sea. So, as far as intelligence wise and what they're able to do, and then still be able to live underwater and also live above water. That's the whole that's what separates them from everything else, I think. And not only that, and how intelligent they are as well. So I'm totally with you. Yeah, I've heard about this documentary, Jay. I totally want to see it now. Got me all excited about watching this.
Yeah, so do I.
Visiting this octopus now.
History of cursing and Octopus Teacher.
Wonderful, Jay. Well, listen, thanks so much. thanks so much, Jay, for your what to watches for this week, and we really appreciate it. Just want to remind everybody how you can listen to the podcast just one more time before we say goodnight. darkfringeradio.wordpress.com. So make sure you just go ahead and go there and check out all the links there. And that's it. Make sure you check us out on YouTube as well at Dark Fringe Radio. And of course, all our social media is Dark Fringe Radio on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So make sure you check us out there. We really appreciate it. And that's it for tonight. Jay, you have anything else for us before we say goodbye?
Question everything. Doubt nothing. Keep your head on a swivel, people.
Yes.
Crazy times. Believe in what you know and not necessarily in what you see.
Or feel.
Or feel.
Yeah. Good one, Jay.
Identify.
Well, listen, Jay, thank you so much.
Who the fuck knows?
Whatever, right? Well, listen, guys, thanks so much for joining us on another edition of Dark Fringe Radio. We really appreciate it so much, and we'll see you guys again next week.
Thank you for listening to Dark Fringe Radio, recorded in the Mephistopheles Studios. Any correspondence can be sent to thedarkfringe@gmail.com. Thank you again for listening.